Welcome, everyone, to the Commentary Podcast. I am your host, Pat Brennan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly news recap. I am here with my co-host Tony. And Tony, how are you this week? How are you doing?
I am here with my host, Pat Brennan. I'm doing well, man. I think it's like the last week of January.
Oh yeah, is it? I can't believe it's already
Yeah,
the end of January. I don't.
yeah.
What is time anymore?
Congratulations on our, I think, 10th episode. We're doing it, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. I always look forward to Saturdays. It's a great
hmm
time. Great hanging out with you and talking about all this stuff. I'm excited to get into it for our listeners.
And no, congrats. Yeah, this is our 10th recap. Oh, I can't believe it's already been 10 episodes. It's amazing, and I love doing this with you every single week.
Yeah,
It's
man.
it's my happy place during the week. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, film news. We both had this idea and we're running with it and we're still figuring it out and it's going to be awesome. I think we both have a vision of what we wanted to be and
Mhm.
what we want to be for the listeners and we just want to keep on going.
And we're gonna keep on going. We're
We're
gonna
going to keep
keep
on
on
going.
giving the listeners what they want in their ears is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but
Yeah, what? But I'll say off the top, little little struggle to find some new releases and trailers for the week, but just bear with us. We're gonna be cooking. Don't worry, we're gonna be cooking.
Yeah, just between like us here on the episode, a bunch of the streamers that I subscribe to, like on YouTube, they canceled their lives for
Mm,
this week because there was so little news.
yeah.
It was like scraps this week,
hmm
but we found some stuff that we want to talk about. Oscar noms came out. We'll definitely hit heavy on those. Kind of like a underground hidden like I feel like some of our listeners stay for the very end, and that's
hmm
like where all the good stuff is, kind of thing. And I would say that this is like our undercover Oscar nom reaction
Yeah.
episode.
Basically. This is our
Yeah.
Oscar nom reaction episode with some other stuff sprinkled in. Basically, is what it
Business first, guys.
is. So I guess we'll get right into it with the new releases this weekend. First up is Mercy, coming from Amazon and MGM Studios. It is directed by Timur Bekmambetov, starring Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson, and Annabelle Wallace. Now, I feel like we've talked about this a few times on this podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's actually making like decent money because like there's nothing
Mm.
really else new out. But I don't know. I just every time I see a preview for that thing, I'm like, I this is like a fake movie to me. And like it
It
being
doesn't feel
about
real.
it being about AI, just like I don't know. What are your thoughts
You're kind of
on
turned off
Mercy?
on it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I was looking through the director's filmography. I think he did like a remake of Ben-Hur. Yeah?
hmm Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, Wanted with James McAvoy and Angelina
hmm
Jolie, young Chris Pratt in that. Pretty
Oh yeah,
colorful
he's
filmography. With me, it's like the same thing. We've talked about Mercy on a few of the episodes. I really want to focus in on Chris Pratt. Like I feel like that's where my hangups are with
mm,
Mercy and this film kind of coming out. I'll always love how you pointed out early in our friendship how January and Feb are really kind of like the struggle months for the box
hmm
office. That's kind of like where you leave a movie and you never look back at it again.
Yeah.
So I went into this, went into this trailer and this new release this weekend. Shout out to the Cinescape on Instagram for sending me a review, kind of making me reconsider whether or not I should step out in the snow to go watch this shit. But Chris Pratt. So I always get this really sick feeling in my stomach whenever it comes to talking about Chris Pratt, just because
Mm,
I've grown up watching his performances in whether it's TV or film. Obviously, we love Andy and Parks and Rec. It was such an exciting time to be a boy and see him pull off like the Guardians of the Galaxy
yeah.
movies, Avengers, Jurassic World. There's this like whole new tone now, and unfortunately, like that's like the sad landscape of I feel like hate channels and certain online communities are the new tabloids for peering into talent's personal life. And unfortunately, we know a lot about Chris Pratt's personal life and his political views. I mean, he's kind of highlighted those in this last like presidency, I think. There's just this like public forum now about whether or not he's like a good person or
Yeah.
a good actor, and like they're both
Hmm.
like woven with the same thing. And that's what I go into Mercy with all of that in mind, and it just kind of takes me out of it.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I think you kind of nailed it right on the head about Chris Pratt. Like, I remember him Parks and Rec days. I'm like, this guy's funny. And then when he did that transition to Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, good for him, man. Like, he's getting bigger. He's becoming a bigger star. Became the leads of the Jurassic World movies, and I just don't know. I don't know what about it. I'm just like, this just isn't. And I've seen some reviews. Some people are like, it's kind of dumb fun. Like I had fun with it. It's kind of dumb. And other people are saying like, this is just. Some people said it's AI slop, and the movie's about AI. So like I just don't know. I mean, because I have A-list and stuff, it's like, do I force myself to like go see this just because it's like I need to see a movie or something? But I don't know. Maybe this year I don't see movies that I'd be like, I just don't like. Mercy is just not going to do it for me. I know it's not going to do it for me. I don't know,
Mm,
but I am wanting to keep up with new releases. So it's kind of like I don't know. I don't know. Like it's like tipping the
yeah.
scale in either way.
I
But
think
yeah,
either way, I mean, either way, I feel like nobody should be hating on people going to like check this
no,
out.
no,
It's like
no.
going to see a movie. I follow this guy. It's so cool. His account is literally just taking pictures with the cutouts at movie theaters.
Mm.
That's all it
That's all
is.
I need.
It's not like reviews or what his thoughts are on the film. He literally just
Mm-hmm.
goes to the movie to continue that tradition of taking a
Mm-hmm.
picture with like a big old cutout of like Chris Pratt at the
That's
movie
great.
theaters. It's so cute. But I always feel bad because I'm like, here we are like discussing like the undertones of like why we wouldn't like give this our time. But there
Mm-hmm.
is somebody out there that's, gonna get a bag of popcorn and go watch this, and someone's gonna like be judging them for it. Like, just like let people go to the movies.
If you want to go see this, go and see it. If you do see it, please let us know what you
Yeah,
thought
let
of
us know
it.
if you like it. Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear people's opinions on Mercy.
Mm.
So that brings us to another new release this week, and that is Return to Silent Hill, coming from Davis Films. It is directed by Christoph Gans. It stars Jeremy Irvine, Hannah Emily Anderson, and Evie Templeton. Now, Tony, did you ever play? Silent Hill is a video game, right? Am I
It's a
right?
video game. Yeah,
Okay.
and I would say that Silent Hill for me is always a good solid checking point for like
Mm-hmm.
the current state of horror. We remember the movie poster for the first one. Like
Yeah.
just
Mm-hmm.
like that. It's instant. But to answer your question, no, I never played the video game. I just watched like playthroughs on YouTube and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. What about you?
Yeah, I never played it either. I don't know why. I mean, maybe I was like a little kid. I was too scared to play Silent Hill. I was like, this is too scary for me. But
Yeah.
I do remember there was a 2000s movie that's first
Mhm.
Silent Hill, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the director here is returning to the franchise.
Mm.
It's pretty cool. Great to see him return. He's returning to Silent Hill. See what I did there?
Oh. I see what you did there. It took me a second,
Um,
and then I saw it.
the I knew this franchise means a lot to a big community of fans out there, and I'm excited. I'm excited for them. I think the story is cool, how people's inner demons and trauma kind of manifest, and that's like what it's all about. The more sequels that come out of established franchises, the more that I am realizing how sloppy the Duffer Brothers were with Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I mean, just what I said in that last sentence, but. Anyways, we're talking about Return to Silent Hill. I think for these films, what always really is highlighted for me is how intricate like the costumes and like the world that people create online like try
Hmm.
to do like we saw some at Frightmare. I don't know if you remember that or not, but we saw some people paying homage to the Silent Hill characters.
Hmm.
And with this one in particular, Evie Templeton, Agnes from Wednesday.
Yeah,
She's
that's true.
she's in she's super young in this, but I'm sure she
Hmm.
filmed it a little bit back. But yeah, she's in here. Another film that just a way to go to the movies this month. So I'm
Hmm.
excited for those fans.
I think I've mentioned to you a lot that January and February are a lot of horror releases come out.
Hmm.
For some reason, I thought this was like a bigger budgeted movie, like a more of a studio movie. When I watched the trailer, I was like, "Oh, this is like really low budget here. I've never played the games, like I said. I always get Resident Evil and Silent Hill mixed up. I always think they're the same franchise, but they're
Yeah.
I don't remember if I had seen the 2000s movie. I do remember the poster. I remember that you mentioned. I do remember that, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Maybe I will go back and rewatch that and then watch this one because we're returning to Silent Hill, like you said. And yeah, I guess it's cool to see the director come back and try and make a sequel to it like 20 years later, but I don't know how like wide of a theatrical release this is getting. It doesn't
Mm.
seem like it's super wide. It seems like Mercy's kind of the only wide release, but I mean, it's good to see more horror movies coming out in January and February, and that's kind of a lot of the breeding grounds for those movies during those months. And maybe we'll check this out. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe.
Well, I mean, the thing for me is just that, like, what I'll end this film with was that there's a lot of new releases this week on streaming whenever it comes to horror. I actually think one of them got pushed back, if I
Mm,
remember correctly. If you're not stuck in this horrible ass windstorm this weekend, this is a good way to, be part of your community that, showcase and that, like, oh, I'm a horror
mm-hmm.
fan. I'm a horror fan. I love horror movies. I'll go see every horror movie. Go see this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So don't just bank on, streaming to just give you all the movies at home. Go see a horror movie at the
sure.
theater.
Yeah, that's to me, that's the best place to watch, especially a horror film. Like everybody wants to be scared in a group of people. So
I love seeing people scared, like there's like random strangers. It's so fun.
it's fun. So that brings us to our last new release this week, and that is H is for Hawk, coming from Lionsgate. It is directed by Philippa Lothorpe and stars Claire Foy, Brendan Gleeson, Denise Go, and Lindsay Duncan. I assume this movie too is probably pretty limited. Like I said, I was trying to find new releases this week. I was like, there's got to be more than one, like one or two. I do really like Claire Foy as an actor. She was in the first two seasons of The Crown. She played the Queen. Brendan Gleeson is always great. I mean,
Mad Eye Moody.
yeah, that's true, man. I mean, when I watched the trailer, I was like, I didn't even know this movie existed. And it's
Mm,
about a hawk.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like a hawk wrangler or something. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Well, before we started recording, I'd mentioned like, dude, like I know we don't have a lot of movies to talk about
Hmm.
this week, but there's one that I'm like really excited about. It's this one. So
Nice.
yeah, I wanted to get into the director. She has won 3 BAFTAs for film and TV. Done shows like Willow and The Crown and Three
Mm.
Girls. What I wanted to talk about was there's a couple things. I mean, Brendan Gleeson. Yeah, I'm like joking. It's Mad Eye Moody. I know he's in other distinguished projects, guys. God, I love seeing him in projects. Everyone talks about the Skarsgård like father son acting dynasty.
Hmm.
Whenever I like more like to prop up like the Gleason and like his son Dommel, and I think they're great. I think everything that
Hmm.
they're in is really good and engaging. What did we watch recently in like the last few? True Grit that he was in.
Hmm.
It's so
Yeah. Hmm.
memorable.
Just in that
I
one
loved
scene.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this trailer, it made me cry. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful film about life, and I think even one of the like lines in the trailer is like it's an honest encounter with life. And yeah, it's like about a hawk. It's about a woman grieving the loss of her father who was like a good source of positivity and direction. For me, these are the kinds of films that are showing at like Telluride and other film fests that these
Hmm.
are the kind of projects that really make me want to go. I want to see these actors talk about how it was to like make these movies. And I just got like a really good vibe from H's for Hog. I looked at my local theater. It's not showing. I mean, even
Hmm.
if it was, I wouldn't be able to go out and go watch it. I'm pretty sure the theaters are closed. I wish this was showcased more in the cycle of like advertising, like how we get information. I was
Hmm.
really looking at the analytics of even my email account, and I don't get the emails from like studios or, for example, like those A24 like announcements that like Charlie XCX the moment is going to be out in theaters in January
Yeah.
30th. I don't get stuff like that. It was just kind of making me consider calling out these big studios that are wanting people to go see these movies to lock in and find new ways to engage with the people that are going to go see these movies and letting them know that, hey, these are rolling out. Send this trailer in an email. Send this trailer,
Yeah.
like, does
Hmm.
that make sense?
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. It seems like Lionsgate kind of just is dumping this. Like,
Yeah.
here you go. And when
Yeah.
I watched the trailer, I was like, this looks like it's shot very well. Like, it looks like it's
Yeah.
probably a really solid movie. And
Mm-hmm.
Lionsgate, I guess from their standpoint, is just saying, I don't think anyone's gonna watch this. Even if I put this in every theater, one person is probably gonna go and watch this. That's just probably
Yeah.
how Lionsgate, and that's what I kind of mentioned like to you like about these January, February months is they're kind of studio dumping grounds of here's a movie. We don't know where to put this, but here it is. And sometimes they find weird hits. Sometimes
Yeah.
these movies make nothing. The crew and cast behind this work really hard on this stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of dumped. And this will be a movie 10 years from now, being like, hey, you're watching like the Criterion Channel or something. Hey, there's a movie on there called H is for Hawk, and never even heard of it. It came out in like
Mm.
2026, and thought it was great. That was a
Yeah.
solid movie. But I agree. I think studios need to do a better job of marketing the actual movie as opposed to marketing viral moments during like interviews. Yeah, because I didn't even really know what this movie was until I saw the releases. I was like, what is H is for Hawk? And I clicked on it. And I was like, this is a solid cast.
Dude, if this was showing like the week that I came to visit, we would have totally fucking gone to see that. We would have,
Hmm.
I'm sure we would have been out of the theater crying like babies. We'd be like, dude, that was fucking good. Like,
Seriously.
there has to be other ways. There is a missing link in the chain from studio to like consumer. This film, I could name off like off the top of my hands, both hands, 10 streamers or critics that would do a like a review video for a film like this. But
Hmm.
there's no word of mouth, there's nothing, and it's
Yeah.
playing in select theaters this weekend.
It'll
What are
be
we
in
doing?
select theaters this weekend, VOD in like a week or two. It's just kind of how,
Well, I'm gonna
it's just
crank
kind
that
of how,
shit.
yeah, you hear that Lionsgate? We're cranking that shit. But yeah, that's just kind of how studios operate now. That's just how they operate. And they know, hey, we'll just put this in theaters for a week or two and just throw it on VOD and we're good. It's kind of sad. That's just how the industry is now. But so to recap, the new releases are Mercy, Return to Silent Hill, and H is for Hawk. Let us know which ones you're excited for there. I think we both know which one we're excited for compared to the other two. But so that brings us to the trailers of the week, and there's only two trailers that were released this week. I was
Jesus
very, very
Christ.
surprised. Like I said at the beginning, we're just scraping the bottom of the barrel here. But-
This is our full-time job right now. We'd be so screwed. We'd have to go like,
We have to
I don't
make up a
know.
movie. We'd have to make up a movie and make a trailer.
We'd probably have to do like a special like Doomsday episode or something like
Yeah.
that.
But first up, Heel, coming from Magnolia Pictures, directed by Jan Komasa. I hope I said that right. Starring Stephen Graham, Andrea Riseborough, and Anson Boone, which I assume is a newcomer actor. Tony, what do you think of this trailer? It was like a hostage kind of movie that they're trying to rehabilitate him from the vibe I was getting.
I kind of got Black Phone vibes. You?
Now that you
From
say that, yeah,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like kind of seeing Stephen Grant, man, after SAG, he's gonna be coming out hot out of
Yeah.
award season, very decorated.
Hmm.
It was actually a pretty fun, interesting trailer. So I got Black Phone vibes and kind of like a Saltburn vibe from it. It was really
Hmm.
interesting. I mean, real quick, can we talk about how the Emmys need to be moved? Like, there's no such thing as
Yeah.
a television calendar anymore in the streaming world. And an award show in September is so fucking weird. Like, can we talk about that? I'm sorry, but like that's how long Stephen Graham's like
Yeah, been doing
progression
them, yeah.
into award
Hmm.
season has been going. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, interesting trailer and fun concept. I got a heavy Black Phone vibe from it, and I'm interested
Hmm.
to see like what happens to the kid that they're, I guess, like rehabilitating.
Yeah, that's like the vibe I was getting. It's great, like
Mm-hmm.
you said, it's great to see Stephen Graham finally get all of his flowers. He's been doing it for
Mm-hmm.
like 6 months, like for adolescents. He's won the Emmy,
Crazy.
Golden Globe. He's probably most likely gonna win the actor SAG award now. I mean, it looks like a very British film, and I like me some like very British films. So,
Oh, I remember
um,
whenever we first met, you were trying to get me on Bridgerton and The Crown, and I was like, my
hmm.
guy, I like
And Downton Abbey.
I will be asking you like I will be asking you like 30,000 questions a day. I'll be like, who's that? Who they related to? And then we're gonna be fighting, and it's not gonna be good. I'll just let my best friend enjoy his British TV and just You are a pretty big British TV head.
I do
I
love me
like
some
it.
Downton. I do love me some Downton. Bridgerton is like kind of cheesy in parts, but I like it. It's fine. But The Crown's some good shit, and we definitely need to watch The Crown because The Crown is some good shit. Some
All
good shit.
right, well, as long as you're good with me asking about family dynasties that go all the way back into like the fucking what 60 or like the 19th century.
You can ask me all the questions. I'll answer all of them. But
Okay.
it's a solid cast. The movie looks pretty good, honestly. And I think that Anson Boone, I'm kind of when I first typed his name in, I was like, am I typing in Benson Boone right now? Like Benson. But it's good to see. Like he's probably going to become a rising star. I haven't really ever
Mm,
seen him before. I don't know, he's probably a bigger actor in like the British like TV. But yeah, it's nice to see British films getting more statewide or stateside releases. So
yeah.
yeah, so that's Heel coming out. I think it's in, I don't know if there's a US release date yet. I think it may be in March or April. So that brings us to the other trailer that was released this week. And it's a pretty big movie trailer that was dropped kind of during the Academy Award nominations. I think they dropped that trailer. And
Mm-hmm.
that is Masters of the Universe coming from Amazon and MGM and Sony Pictures. It is directed by Travis Knight. Fun fact, his dad founded Nike. It stars Nicholas
Nice.
Galitzine, Jared Leto as Skeletor, but we're going to call him Skeletor from here on out. Camila Mendes, Alison Brie, Idris Elba, Morena Baccarin, Kristen Wiig, and Johannes Hakor Johansson. Again, I'm sorry if I butchered all of those names, but
I'm
I think I
giving him
did
a
pretty
thumbs up right now, guys, because you did really, really good with those names. That was good. That was great,
good.
man. That's great.
um,
Sounded better than
right
the
up.
Golden Globes commentators.
Oh yeah, shots fired. Shots fired. I will say off the top of this, where's the color? Why do all these movies look exactly the same now?
It's Wicked adjacent, man.
It's
It's
just,
just in the universe right over next to Wicked.
I know, this is yeah, this is where Alphabet went at the very end.
You got beautiful Barbie Land all the way on the other side of the universe, and then right
Yeah,
next to Wicked is the
the
Masters of the
Masters of the
Universe
Universe.
universe.
Like, I was just watching it, and then I was just like, where like is the color? Like, where has color gone? Why are these so muted, gray? I just don't get it. Like, I just don't.
Hmm.
I don't know what these studios like think.
Tell him.
And
Let it rip.
Amazon, MGM, Sony, why does it look like this? I don't understand. Why does it look so like gray and like if you go back to the same Raimi Spider-Man movies, there's had so much color in them. And
It's like one of my that's I think that's my all-time favorite superhero movie.
and then you just watch this and it's just I mean a lot of it is filmed in front of blue screen and I don't know. What are your overall thoughts on this Masters of the Universe?
So the reason that I made that note about calling him Skeletor and not saying his name out loud, it's not to be an asshole. It's
Hmm.
to prolong the success of Masters of the Universe for as long as possible because I remember like it's just like yesterday how Tron Ares did and it was
Yeah.
all because from seeing him and saying his name. Unfortunately right now this is not somebody that we should be talking about. We should be giving any of our time to here on the episode.
Hmm.
So I'd rather just refer to him as Skeletor and see him as a character and like kind of just envision him as this like computer generated actor doing the mocap for this character.
Hmm.
That's all I'm going to say about it. I hate that he's in this. I don't ever want to talk about this guy
I had
ever.
no idea he was in it. I had no idea
Yeah.
until I saw someone said blank as Skeletor, and I was like,
Mm.
"What?"
Yeah.
Like,
No, I so see that's the other thing too is that you didn't know they're trying to bury it. I don't want to give him any more over time. But anyways, so what I think about it, yes, the color is really weird. It feels like a bowl of milky cereal after you've eaten all
hmm.
the cereal. It does look like that. But what I did like about it is I think the main character that's playing He-Man is Nicholas Galitzine, correct?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, I'm not familiar with him a lot. I don't know what he's been in, but I will give Amazon, MGM Studios, and Sony Pictures their flowers for going the beefcake route. Do you know what
Yeah.
beefcake is?
Hmm.
It's a hunky dude
Hmm.
that new guy in A Night of Seven Kingdoms. Beefcake, totally. Like, and these are like terms that I've learned from like other channels and stuff like that. That's in right now. That's hot. A lot of these superhero films, you can see some of these directors kind of peering away from like beefcake, or and then the female side of it is cheesecake. I don't know if you knew that. If you knew
I
that,
did not know this. She said, "I did not know."
I mean, Marvel's taking a step into the beefcake and leaving out cheesecake and forgetting that LGBT fans and female fans do a lot for Marvel, and
Hmm.
that's why they're struggling really bad right now. But I'm really happy to see that they gave him a really solid costume that doesn't shy away from the beefcake, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see like groups of guys going together to the theater to be like, oh, we're gonna go watch He-Man. He looks good. Because it works. It gets people into
Hmm.
seats, and it's memorable. That was the most memorable thing for me. I mean, and then he said the thing. He goes, "I have the power," or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
and it checks all the boxes. But I'm really happy that the studio focused on the box of like, we got a hot actor. He has beefcake vibes. Let's show
Hmm.
that instead of
Hmm.
giving him just like what you said, like that really horrible, ugly millennial gray look of just
Hmm.
like, we can put elements of the original costume in it, but we can't make it completely. Like, no, that's the costume from the animation.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think if they go, like, did you see Dungeons and Dragons that came out like a few years ago with Chris
I think
Pine?
so. Yeah.
Like, if they lean towards like that type of comedy within this movie, I think
Mm.
it can work really well. But I think with these movies, I didn't really ever watch He-Man growing up. Did you watch He-Man at all growing up?
I think I just caught it like while waiting for like Scooby Doo and stuff to come on.
Yeah, like I knew of it, but I just never like really
Yeah.
watched it. There's a moment in the trailer where I think they can lean into that type of comedy that works, and it's when he's trying to pull the sword out, and
Hmm.
his sword is just like in like a random like collectible store, and he's like, "That's it." That's like, and I think it can work. I don't know how this movie will be like tracking, I guess, for general audiences for a show that was in the 80s. If you're
Hmm.
trying to market this to, like you said, like even Gen Z, they don't really know what this is. And you do
Hmm.
have Nicholas Gallatin, he's kind of becoming a rising star. And you have Camille Mendez from like Riverdale. So it's like there is some like Gen Z people know who these actors are.
Hmm.
I guess I don't know really how to feel about it so far.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like a very like, okay, that's a Masters of the Universe movie.
I get what you're saying. I noticed some marketing tactics in some different franchises out there that I can't get enough of the show. Play the mobile game. Listen to the
Mm.
podcast, behind the scenes episodic, series. For Masters of the Universe, I feel like a way to showcase a connection to those younger audiences that didn't grow up with this franchise. If I were the studio, I would start my TikTok account and start putting old episodes on. Just start doing all that shit yourself. Somebody else is gonna do
Mm-hmm.
it. Someone's gonna trend for it. You can put highlights of Masters of the Universe on there, and
Mm-hmm.
and that's how you market your film. And just kind of do the same tactics as all these accounts out there that try to trend from sharing like a part of an episode that we all watched together. Like, well,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't make that show. You just like
Yeah.
you literally just edited it, uploaded it.
Yeah. You just cut a clip and uploaded it. That's all you
Yeah, the
did.
studios need to start like getting a little bit more smarter whenever it comes to stuff like that, because that's how these people, I mean, they want the same analytics as like the most popular person on Twitter, right? Just beat them to the
Hmm.
punch. That's what they're doing. Beat them to the punch and start playing dirty. If you own that property, share it.
To go along with that, hey, maybe put out the complete series on Blu-ray or DVD and physical media so people can, oh, I've never seen it. Or they had seen it as a kid and they're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I completely forgot about He-Man. I loved that show. And then they buy it and like, and that brings them back and gets them more excited for this take on a movie, Masters of the
Studios,
Universe.
we will drop our resumes underneath the episode.
Yeah. They'll be in the
That's a
show
good idea,
notes. They'll
man.
be in the
That's a
show notes.
that's a good idea, man. I like that. See, look at us.
We're brainstorming. We should just run a studio at this point. That's what we should do. But yeah, again, only two trailers. Not bad trailers, decent stuff, but
They're
hopefully,
okay.
hopefully next week we'll get some more. I think what we're about to talk about, the Academy Award noms, I think that was the main domination of the week, and a lot of studios are probably hesitant to drop stuff, and it'll just get
Hmm.
lost in the shuffle. And you have Sundance going on right now too, so it was kind of just maybe they wanted to pull back and wait a little bit. So before we get into the news and Academy Award nominations recap, we just wanted to take a moment to thank all of our listeners, especially anyone new, anyone that's been here since the podcast started. Having our listeners come back each and every week to listen to us talk about recaps. And sometimes it could be recaps about something they've already seen online and they just want to hear two guys sit and chat about it while they're at work. But I think over the years, I've realized that there is a dedicated audience to this podcast, and with the direction that we're taking it this year, I think our listeners are really gonna really love what we're gonna be bringing this year, and I'm excited to do this all. I'm excited to do it with my best friend here. It's gonna be an amazing year, but I just wanted to thank all of our listeners before we jump into the news here. Tony, do you have any thoughts on for our listeners?
Yeah, just kind of like a little thank you to everybody who is coming back every week to listen to us. I've been talking to Pat all week about how I've noticed that there's a good chunk of people who come back each week. It made it all mean a lot more to me this week. We're just really trying to get this format to take off. One day find a sponsor, go to film fest. Competing with big celebrities and fighting short form content is hard, but it's all worth it to be able to say I do this with my best friend every week and for our listeners. I really believe in our dreams and a lot about what we talk about on the show and all the amazing conversations that come out of each episode. I used to feel bad about being honest about how I feel about projects and studios and films, but I mean, I just recently heard Amy Poehler be so dismissive about like Andor, like a Star Wars show, and I'm like, look,
Hmm.
I'm not a celebrity. I am the target audience for a lot of the shit that gets rolled out. So I'm always just gonna try to do my best to come to these conversations correct and know my shit, and I'll always be thankful for our listeners who are supporting us as we chase that dream.
The dreams are coming, and I think our listeners are really gonna love where this podcast is going. And so we hope you stick around. And to anyone that's brand new for this episode, welcome, and I hope you love our voices. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the Academy Award nominations that were released on Thursday morning. We both got up super early. I'm on the West Coast, so I was up at 5:30, looking at these noms. Tony was 7:30. He's here.
I was at my
he,
desk.
he was at his desk at work, but we were both locked in, and yeah, I think we're going to go just category by category here and just talk about the noms.
You want to talk about how funny it was seeing my little typing happen like in
Yeah.
in live action when we have the shared doc guys and while the announcements were rolling out, I was like typing real fast. I was like,
He was just typing, and I was like, I'm just gonna let him type, and I'm just gonna react to what he types.
you were like, cool, well, okay.
But yeah, it was funny just seeing us both try to like type stuff out and then just like, without trying to mess up the doc. But
It's so
yeah, it was
fucking
great.
funny.
That was great. But first up was supporting actress. I guess a surprise for this was Elle Fanning getting in there, both
Hmm.
sentimental value. As we go through these categories, you'll see sentimental value did very well with the amount of noms they got.
Yeah.
But we wanted to just shout out Wunmi, Usaku, and Tiana Taylor. I mean, and Amy Madigan was getting that. And
Hmm.
honestly, from that lineup, I don't know who's good. Amy Madigan would be an amazing win. Honestly, any of
Yeah.
them winning would be a great, honestly.
It's one of those categories this year where it's like whoever it is, good
Hell yeah.
job.
Whoever
Like
it is,
heck
hell
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm so happy with this. I mean, I got nervous at the Golden Globes for Wound Me, but it's amazing to see her here. We both know how much we love Sinners. God, it's going to be
Mhm.
awesome. Some great performances from some elite actors. You want to talk about Tiana Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, Tiana, she got the Golden Globe. We'll see how the Actors Awards do. If she can land that, maybe she is a front runner for the Academy Award. But sometimes when you have actors like Amy Madigan who've been around for a long time and
Mm-hmm.
she's been nominated for an Academy Award, I think in the 80s. And this is her second time being nominated. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, Amy Madigan, I loved Amy Madigan, and she's great. She's fantastic in Weapons." So I think like you said, anyone winning in this category, any one of these actors winning is is a great win for me.
I think for me is I wanted to prepare for the worst, right? Maybe I just kind of unlocked something in myself on who I'm really anticipating and hoping to win was that if Tiana Taylor doesn't win on this evening, what is it in March 15th?
Yeah, I think it's March 15th.
I want to take the time in our film news episode to like basically just say how I feel about her and
Mm-hmm.
hope that someone else out there feels the same way about her as well. I think they do, but Tiana is the definition of pure dynamite. She is so smart and she knows how to use her sex factor to be like beautiful but also at the same time smart as hell because she knows where the eyes draw whenever she's performing and then she flips
Mm-hmm.
you upside down with her acting. That
Mm-hmm.
is an insane power move, and it happens all throughout Paul Thomas Anderson's one battle after another, and that's why that performance is so. It's like the moment right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's a singer, she's a writer, she's a model, dancer, choreographer, actress. That's like an artist. She's so
Mm-hmm.
hungry to make this lasting impact on the world, and in my opinion, that precedes anything like an Oscar could ever mean. She's gonna leave this legacy behind for her and her kids, and that is so badass.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people that have seen the movie, she's only in the first act. So
Mm-hmm.
she's in the whole thing, but yeah, it'd be an amazing win. That's a category I think we're both really looking forward to seeing who wins in that category.
I said mine. You didn't say yours. I noticed that.
Mine, I would say Amy Madigan. I would kind of want Amy Madigan
Okay.
to win that. I kind of
All
do.
right.
I kind of do.
Whenever we go back to listen to this episode, we
Do
should
the
remember,
checker.
yeah, we should
Yeah.
remember these things.
Take score.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm taking notes.
Just taking notes. So the next category that was announced after this was original score. Begonia kind of snuck in there, got a nom.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I saw that, I was like, Begonia is probably gonna play a little strong here, getting some noms.
Mm-hmm.
Frankenstein getting a nom, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. I think it's
Woo.
between One Battle After Another and Sinners. I think
Agreed.
we're both. I think we both think this might be Sinners. I think
In the
Ludwig is
bag
gonna win
for
another one.
Ludwig. Yeah.
That'd be his
Yeah.
third Academy Award already. And
Yeah.
I want to double check real quick.
Well, while you're double checking, I will kind of talk about the Begonia sneaking into original score. So the
Hmm.
composer only had four words, and off the top of my head, I don't know them. I think it was like bees, basement, Emma shaved bald. What's so funny about the Begonia score is that the composer only had those four words to create the score by. That was it,
Hmm.
and he didn't see a single frame of the film.
Mm.
So whenever they went into editing, the score just matched with the film like
That's
that, and
amazing.
it's just like that's pretty cool, man. That's
Mm.
a pretty cool story to have, and they should showcase that whenever it comes to being considered for this big achievement. But yeah, for both of us, it's. I think Ludwig's in the bag. What did you find? What you were looking up for?
Yeah, I wanted to see how many Academy Awards that John Williams has, and he has five.
Mm.
And if Ludwig wins this, it'll be his third already. And Ludwig is still a very young person, so
Yeah.
like I think I've talked about it in the past. Like, he's becoming one of the top composers in Hollywood, and if he might win his third Academy Award already, and that's pretty crazy.
So if we know that Ludwig is getting this in the bag, should we cook on the score for one battle after another?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
What do you think about that score? I know you have it on vinyl. I have it on vinyl as well. I
Hmm.
just want to hear what you think before I kind of point out some things to you.
I've always thought that Johnny Greenwood was a really underrated composer. I know he does all of PTA's films. If this was another year, say Sinners is the year neck came out next year, One Battle is winning
Hmm.
this, I think. I think One Battle is
Hmm.
winning this. And
Oh
I forget
yeah.
what the track is called where it's like the hills. The way like that score over that scene just completely immerses you within that scene. It's I think like I said, it's between these two. I don't know what are your thoughts on One Battle score?
I'm gonna get goosebumps from hearing what I say. He doesn't see my notes at all whenever we do these, guys. I write them and I leave them on a doc on my own, and I'll just come back and sometimes we have the same thoughts. It's cool. Yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate the score in one battle. The way that it draws blood to your face when that big sustaining note at the beginning of the film happens to creating anxiety in you with the high keys on the piano and the drums riffing whenever Bob is stumbling around. It kind of like makes
Hmm.
this Charlie Chaplin physical comedy thing. And then finally for me, like that I love that the Hills part of the score is your favorite. Mine is the raid scene. The raid sequence is so fucking perfect, and it's like one of the most memorable parts of 2025 for me. It's this like 15-minute long jazz improv, but it's not improv because like every note is placed exactly where it should be to like make this sense of urgency and danger in you. It's a great
Hmm.
score, and if Johnny Greenwood wants me to go talk about the one battle after another score to be considered for the Oscar, I have no fucking problem doing that. It's so hard right next to Sinners in one battle for
Yeah.
me. It's so hard, and asking a whole voting community to make that decision. Could it be a tie?
Yeah. Maybe people are going to be doing a coin flip. Just I
Yeah,
don't know. I like them both.
yeah,
Whatever it lands
yeah,
on, I'm going to vote for. So
yeah.
yeah, I love that you mentioned the little Charlie Chaplin in there because that little nod. I love that little nod in
All
there.
right, classic cinema guy, calm down over there.
All right, I'll calm down. So that brings us to the adapted screenplay category, and kind of the same noms. If you just switch out Sinners with Train Dreams, it was Begonia, Frankenstein, One
Hmm.
Battle After Another, Hamnet, and Train Dreams. I think One Battle's kind of got this may have locked up. Paul Thomas
Yeah,
Anderson's gonna probably be winning this one, but
no notes.
great to see Train Dreams getting in there. Haven't seen it yet, but I like to see those smaller films getting the adapted screenplays.
I literally have episodic references to where I can say, dude, I've asked you to watch Train Dreams with me for like like literally 4 episodes ago.
I
What
know.
the hell?
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I swear.
Okay, yeah, sure. All right, win. I'm looking at my watch right now.
We'll pause and then come back and do this.
I've been telling him to watch Train Dreams, guys. And does he listen to me? No.
But yeah, but I think we could both agree it's one
It's
battle.
one battle.
It's one battle.
Yeah.
Like seeing Begonia get in here, yeah, it's that's when I knew that they were playing big. But yeah, it's one battle. And then we moved into because they always do screenplay categories together, and then we moved into original screenplay. And
Hmm.
a shocking nom was Blue Moon getting in there. That's the
Yeah.
first time I think it's his
Yeah.
first screenplay a guy ever wrote. I don't know his name
Yeah.
off the top of my head. I'm sorry if I'm blanking on it, but
It's okay.
we have Blue Moon. It was just an accident. Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
Hmm.
I do think Coogler is gonna get this here.
Yeah. No
Um,
notes.
the only other one that I thought, because it was just an accident, had been playing pretty big for a while, but
Hmm.
after all of the noms that came out and it didn't get a Best Picture nom, I
Hmm.
kind of was like, yeah, I think Coogler is the one that's taking this. So we'll have Coogler and PTA both getting Academy Awards at least at that night.
And I just want to take the time to like say like even just being nominated is kind of like the win as well. I mean, it's like you talked
Hmm.
about with the Blue Moon writer. I'm really loving the vibe that I'm seeing out of award season this year from other film accounts where they're like, guys, it's just maybe it wasn't their time, maybe it wasn't, maybe it just the nomination is what the win was. Like we're evolving and we're
Hmm.
not so focused on like I mean I'm sure there'll be a hate channel that comes on. It's like, oh, these guys really want one battle to win. Oh, cool. And be like, oh, yeah. Also, my name is Tony. And if you cut and clip this up, why don't you just like DM me and have like actual fucking conversation instead of like taking what I'm saying out of context? I mean, but
Hmm.
I'm joking, but it's not that like I'm like horny for one battle and Sinners to win everything. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just like kind of reading the room and reading the terrain of
Yeah.
what's in front of us. We're not going to be crybabies if one battle doesn't win
Oh no.
adapted
Yeah.
screenplay. We're just kind of predicting.
The
Sorry, I
vibe
just
that
really
we're
needed to
going
say
for.
that out loud.
We're going for. No, I love it. I love it. They can add us. I don't care. Add us if you got some problems with us.
Maybe
So that
don't
bring
at me, but just send me a message to be like, "Hey, I actually had a really big issue with what you said about Blue Moon.
all right, maybe
Let's
don't add
not turn this into like a 8 Mile
us.
like a wrap off or something like that."
Okay, maybe don't add us, but
I had to pull him
just
back. Are you okay?
yeah, okay.
Okay.
So that brings us to the supporting actor category, which was I loved it. I loved it. We have Benicio
Yeah.
del Toro, Jacob Elordi, Delroy Lindo, finally getting some accolades, his first ever acting nomination, Sean Penn and Stellan Skarsgård. I don't know who this is going to.
You want me to
Delroy
you can throw in a
Delroy getting
prediction?
it. Delroy getting in there. I think, and then we'll talk about Sinners at the very end, but I think that bodes well. Sinners is playing hard.
It flattens the terrain,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like anybody's game. Like there's no
Mm-hmm.
longer like this person's here, this person's down here. Delroy Lindo kind of like flattens it, and it's like it's whoever's game now, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But I sent you a TCM clip of him talking about classic film
Mm-hmm.
earlier this week. Did you like that?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying Delroy is who you're predicting?
I think it could be Stellan,
Mm-hmm.
because sentimental value is also played pretty well across the board. I personally would love if it was Benicio del Toro, but I mean, if it's Delroy Lindo too, I would love it. The only person I think it's not for sure going to go to is Sean Penn. Sean Penn
Okay.
got the nom, but
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi did win Golden Globe and Critics' Choice, I think. So we'll see if he gets the SAG or the actor. I don't know. It could be Jacob Elordi. What do you think?
I'm actually gonna abandon my two top films of the year to pour some love into this talent that is doing really well right now. Jacob Elordi really turned me into a fan with
Mm-hmm.
Frankenstein. I love how he has become like a true darling during the season. Everybody's kind of having like this like rooting for him behind the curtain moment. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like that's awesome. For me, he's a tall ass Timothy Chalamet. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that after this award season, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a lot of calls from directors to consider being part of their projects. To find like his directing partner, I feel like a
Mm-hmm.
Coogler Jordan type troupe kind of thing. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It'll be interesting anyway it falls. Anyway it
Mm-hmm.
falls. I do predict that a bunch of channels out there will be like Skarsgård, 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 nothing
Mm-hmm.
else. It doesn't belong to anybody else but Skarsgård. Like, okay, yeah, awesome. Like, it could be any of them right now. We don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be any of them, but I think I'm gonna go with I don't know. Skarsgård
You want to
maybe.
fight so bad. You want to fight so bad. That's
But you're
okay.
gonna
You know
take
what?
a Lordy. All right, all
I
right,
didn't say I was taking him.
all right.
Wow. Whatever. Disrespecting my internet boyfriend. I see how it is.
So that brings us to the next category. It's first time ever. Is an achievement in casting, and it has Hamnet was a nom, Marty Supreme, One Battle, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. I think this is going to be going to Sinners.
Yep. Next.
But we don't really have any other thing to say.
Yep.
It's the first time it's
Next.
happening. So
Yeah.
first time it's happening. So yeah, we'll see. And then the next category was costume design. Now, Avatar Fire and Ash getting in here is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Then there was Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. Notably Wicked missing, and then we'll talk about Wicked at the end of that. I just want
You're
to talk
shocked?
about
I'm not.
Avatar Fire and Ash because it's a motion capture performance. I know they're designing the clothes. I've never seen. It's not like I don't like it. It's just I've never seen that before. I thought that was crazy. What if it
Well,
wins?
well, I don't know if you remember this. We did a director series with James Cameron, and I
Hmm.
did research on what all went into Avatar, and I am so surprised by your reaction. I'm offended. Me and all the people at Weta are offended by you right now. No, I'm just playing. There's actually this really, really good podcast, surprisingly, from the Hollywood Reporter. Stacey Wilson Hunt is the name of the podcaster. She has these really compelling conversations with the crew, and Deborah L. Scott is the costume designer for Fire and Ash. It has been so cool learning how much effort goes into the design of each bead and knot and thread that goes into the world of Avatar. It's incredible detail. I'm not surprised at all, but I get why you would be surprised. It's just like there's a lot of work that goes into those designs. I don't want to spend all the time talking about just Avatar Fire and Ash though. Most nominated black woman in Oscars history for Sinners. Her name is escaping me right now, but the Sinners win would be crazy too.
Hmm. I think it's gonna be Sinners, but I think it'd be cool if it was Avatar Fire and Ash, honestly.
You imagine how people would like
People are gonna be like,
that's the trending one that would be like Avatar Fire and Ash got
eh,
costume design.
it's so
Natiri's barely wearing
dumb.
clothes.
Yeah, it's so dumb. I think I was just more shocked that this
I was
is
just giving you a
cool.
hard time.
This is
I just
cool. So that brings us to original song. The nominees were "Dear Me," got to get Diane Warren in there. "Golden," "I Lied to You," "Sweet Dreams of Joy," which I didn't even know what that is, and "Train Dreams" also getting a nom. I think we both can agree that it's probably gonna be "Golden." I think it's golden. K-pop Demon Hunters is coming. K-pop Demon Hunters is going to win two Academy Awards this night.
You made fun of me last time with the K-pop Demon Hunter, so I'm not saying anything.
But I think we can agree. It's K-pop Demon Hunters.
Have you listened to Train Dreams by Nick Cave yet?
I have not, but I need to. And Dessner is on that track, I believe, too.
I'm leaving this episode right now. Bye, guys.
But I guess I'm
Bro,
doing it myself.
you gotta watch Train Dreams with me. Wow, well, do it yourself. Okay. Wow,
I gotta watch Train
Oscars are gonna
Dreams.
be the like penultimate thing that gets rid of the commentary boys. Wow.
We're gonna watch Train Dreams. I promise. We're gonna watch Train Dreams. So that brings us to the international feature film category, and the nominees were The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Surat, and The Voice of Hin Rajab. I don't think that was anything surprising. I think those are the ones that people predicted. The only thing I would mention is that No Other Choice missed. Still a solid category. We haven't seen any of these yet. So,
We're going to.
We're going to. And 3 of those films will be in the Criterion Collection. So
Mhm.
it's gonna be great.
Which one are you most excited to watch together?
I think The Secret Agent and Sentimental Value, honestly. I think
Okay.
I'm really excited to watch those. What about you?
Surat. Easy.
See? All
Easy.
across the board. All across the board.
Easy.
I have a feeling we're gonna like all 5 of those films. I think we're gonna like all
Surat
5.
sounds like my type of film, and that's all I'm gonna say.
So that brings us to the best animated feature category. The nominees were Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or The Character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. And I think we both, once again, and this is going to be K-pop Demon Hunters getting this.
Oh yeah, Arco's Neon, right?
Arco is Neon, yes.
Neon getting a fucking animated feature nom.
Mhm.
They're coming for everything. They're really sneaking in there.
Best picture last year.
I'm impressed by the amount of projects that they really, whoever is buying shit for Neon, they're
They
good.
deserve a raise.
They deserve
They should be the head of the company now.
I don't know. They got some gas over there, man. That's some. We sound like the little snack boys on SNL.
Some snack
Please cut out my laugh from this podcast.
The snack. Nope, I'm leaving it in.
Neon's got some gas over there, bro.
Some gas over there, bro. Some gas. So that brings us to production design. The nominees were Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Wicked also missed here, and that's when I knew that Wicked was dead in the water. Not getting anything. Honestly,
That's wicked.
that's that's wicked, man.
I'm gonna just shut up for like 30 seconds and let you run through this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For this one, I think I'm leaning towards Sinners. These 5 seem to be the ones that played a lot in a lot of the categories, but I think I'm leaning towards Sinners.
I'll just give you my answer after you tell me yours.
I'm leaning
For
towards
these next ones.
Okay.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Okay, well, that'd be a fun win. And that brings us to film editing. F1, I don't know, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I wrote down that I was like F1 kind of coming out of nowhere, but then I did remember that it got a PGA nom, and sometimes when those get PGA noms, like it's gonna get some Oscar noms. Usually, the 5 nominees in the film editing category is where your best picture lies. So I think Best Picture is going to be in one of these films, but I think I'm leaning towards One Battle After Another.
Same.
So that brings us to the sound noms. We have F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Surat. Great to see Surat getting a sound nom there. F1, obviously, racing. I think I'm going to go with Sinners on this one.
F1.
Oh, okay. And that brings us to visual effects. We have Avatar Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth getting an Oscar nomination, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. I think we both can agree this is Avatar Fire and Ash locked up. Throw away the key and we can just get on to the next category.
Next.
And that brings us to cinematography. We had Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. All very worthy nominations. Anyone that wins, I'm fine with. I think it's going to be Sinners, but what do you think?
Sinners.
Oh, okay. See, we're aligned.
Yeah, you can't watch fucking Train Dreams though. Oh,
Oh shit! From the top rope, out of nowhere. I'll watch it, I swear. So now we're entering the top of the line categories here. We have a lead actor. We have Timothy Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, and Wagner Moura. It's great to see Wagner Moura getting in there. Secret Agent was playing big. I think I'm gonna have to eat my own words though. I think this is Timmy's year. I think Timmy is going to be winning the Academy Award for Best Actor in a leading role. What are your thoughts?
Okay. I have thoughts, but I feel like this is one of those categories where I want to stay silent because I just don't want to deal with people's bullshit whenever, because
Hmm.
something about lead actor, everybody turns into 1950s version of themselves and like forgets about how we've evolved as human beings. I kind of want Wagner Moore to win, that way it can shut everybody up and it's
That'd
none
be
of
great.
everybody's like darling.
Or Michael B. Jordan. That'd be
Mm-hmm.
fucking great. It's
Yeah,
great to
I
see
want
Michael B. getting in there.
Michael B or Wagner Moore winning and shutting everybody up would be hilarious.
Everyone else in that category would be like, hell yeah. Like Wagner Moore
Yeah,
is winning Best
exactly.
Actor. Like,
Yeah,
fuck yeah,
exactly.
man. If Timmy wins the actor, I think yeah, he's gonna win for Marty, and it'll be interesting to see. I don't I'm kind of faltering on Leo now that I think more I keep thinking about it. And but Wagner Moore would be an amazing win. Like you said, that'd be
Hey,
great to see.
just so you know, it is okay for you to root for Leo all the way up until the award. Don't let
Sure.
anybody bully you into like thinking you can't root for your favorite actor. That's your movie, that's your actor, and it's time for our community to evolve.
Hmm. I mean, I haven't seen Blue Moon or The Secret Agent, so I can't really determine. But of the other three, I think Leo is just, in my opinion, better. But I haven't seen the other two, so I can't fully lock in that answer. But so that brings us to the lead actress category, and we have Jessie Buckley, Rose Byrne, Kate Hudson, Renee Reinsev, and Emma Stone. Now, Kate Hudson, I personally thought that came out of nowhere, but when I was doing some research, I guess it didn't come out of nowhere, and people were like, "I think Kate Hudson is going to get a nom," and there a lot of people like did choose her. And I think with the Academy Awards, when you have Chase Infinity, that's only been in two things, and Eva Victor is still kind of rising, the Academy is very like you got to pay your dues. I'm sorry, it's only your second thing you're in. Like, I'm sorry. I would have loved
Mm-hmm.
both of them to get in over Kate Hudson. I haven't seen Song Sung Blue, and I personally would have loved both of them to get in over Emma Stone. But Emma Stone has now become an Academy darling. She's now has 7 Academy Award nominations, 2 for producing. But
God damn it, you took my note.
I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on who's going to win this category? I think we know who's going to win, but
I think we're fighting right now. Yeah, you really said it all with like the lead actress. I mean, these two awards specifically, I wanted our listeners to hear mainly from you, just because anything that I say is gonna get twisted. But whatever. Jessie Buckley has this in the bag, so
yeah, I think Jessie Buckley. I think she even knows she has it in the bag. I think everyone in this
yeah,
category knows that Jessie Buckley has
yeah.
this in the bag. But yeah, it's great to see some Irish love getting possibly getting a win here. Yeah, and Rose Byrne, first time acting now. That's great to see there.
Hell
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's great.
I would
I
have
hope
loved to
she takes
see.
her bearded dragon to the award show.
Oh yeah, but I think we both would have liked to see Chase Infinity and Eva Victor in there. But
I mean, definitely. Yeah, I know. I think everybody knows how I feel about Ava Victor. Yeah, and then Chase Infinity. Really, really, that performance stood out. One battle came out in September, right?
I think end of August, early September. I think yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was a really fucked up time in my
Mm-hmm.
life, and I really clinged on to Chase Infinity's performance in that because it
Mm-hmm.
just made me feel good about the direction the world was going in. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah. I always remember going to see one battle 3 times in a week to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck to all these amazing actors and actresses.
It'll be a fun night to see who wins all of this. So that brings us to the director noms, and we have Chloe Zhao, Josh Safdie, Paul Thomas Anderson, Joachim Trier, and Ryan Coogler. Notably, Guillermo missed this. He did get a DGA nom. I think Safdie kind of is the one that's swapped him in there. Yeah, I think this is going to be Paul Thomas Anderson's. I think they're finally going to be giving him his flowers this year. What do you think?
I'm just nodding. I'm just like, yeah, yeah.
Yep,
It
yep.
it's locked. I feel like it's locked. I mean, of course, I want Kugler, and maybe that's a little bit of me kind of psyching myself out, like Paul Thomas Anderson, but Kugler would be cool too. Either way, this is a great lineup. Great fucking
Hmm.
lineup.
Yeah, great lineup. And Chloe Zhao getting another Oscar nom. And I think she's the only female director of color to ever be nominated, and she's the only female to ever be nominated twice in the same category for directing. So hopefully that changes over time, and it needs to change.
Absolutely.
And the final category, which is the big one, and that is Best Picture, we have Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Pretty solid lineup. I still think it's going to be One Battle After Another, but Sinners very well could win Best Picture. And I say that because it has the most noms in history with 16 Academy Award nominations.
You're reading it off already. I'm like, I'm gonna be buzzing that night. I don't need alcohol or any kind of like, I don't drink or smoke or anything like that, but I'm gonna literally be buzzing from life
Hmm.
during this moment. It's just so awesome to have like all these films that people reference back to like 2025 being like a really shitty year for film, but anytime I hear that dialogue going into a conversation, I'm like I'm checked out. Like it was a
Yeah.
beautiful year, and if you're not engaging with these films that you're going to go see, that you're paying literally like $20 to go see in the movie, and like not looking at the behind the scenes and looking at the
Hmm.
talent and what went into it, you're just not part of the conversation. That's what makes this best picture category so exciting for us, is that these were parts of our friendship throughout the
Hmm.
year and the
Hmm.
part of life. Start engaging with the shit that you're into is what I'm trying to say.
It's gonna be a really fun night. I know we're both looking forward to it, watching it together. Maybe I'll beat you again
I
on
knew you
who's
were gonna
good.
say that. You're just like, wow. You just like you're so. We're already fighting, so that's fun.
But no, I think with the Sinners getting the 16 Academy Award nominations, like I mentioned it earlier, that it very well could play very big, and we could be completely wrong in all these categories. And Sinners sweeps, they love Sinners, and they loved it, and it wins everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not members of the Academy. But one thing I did want to mention that Spielberg made Oscars history, beating his own record,
Mm-hmm.
being his 14th nomination in the Best Picture category. Kind of wild. He's been doing this for 56, 50, almost 60 years now. And
Mm-hmm.
great to see him. He's not, I don't think he's going to win, but it's just great to see Stevie Spiel is still getting the Oscar nominations.
I think that guy's gonna be okay. I think this is gonna be his
I think
year.
he'll be okay.
Yeah.
I guess the one big thing I think we've already mentioned on here is that Wicked going from 10 Academy Award nominees last year with 2 wins to big old goose egg, nothing.
Remember that weekend whenever I was telling you going into Wicked 2, I don't think you're gonna like it.
I don't think the Academy liked it either.
I know that the Academy isn't too big on sequels, but I've just been seeing a lot of the conversations that come out of these channels that have been like, Wicked snubbed for costume design, Wicked snubbed for
Hmm.
song. And it is okay to let that film just rest. Just let it
Hmm.
rest. Quit trying to dig up old wounds.
It's over.
Let's move
It's
on.
done.
It's
It's
over.
over.
It's gone. We
But
have
any
been changed
last?
for good. Any last what? Any
I don't think the Academy was changed for good.
Oh, no, no.
I was just gonna say, any last thoughts on these nominations?
If I hear another person reference that the Hamnet, the final song in Hamnet was in Shutter Island, and like that song's reused over and over and over again. It's like that thing that I was saying about engaging with the material that you're watching and that you're into. Chloe
Hmm.
Zhao has talked about this so many fucking times, to where that was the final song that they played on set for literally like 3 days, and everybody was like literally crying and depressed the entire
Hmm.
time, and that's why it's in the film. If you don't know why things are used or what decisions are made, like don't say anything about it. And
Yeah.
these are the nominations. These are what's happening on March 15th, and you can either be part of it and enjoy it. And you know what? Last year, I think this was like the budding of our friendship. Over in Nora, we were really curious to see what was going to happen. And then once editing, that's whenever
Yep.
I think
Yep.
you and I just like talked for like 4 or 5 hours over this stuff. But yeah, I mean, I hope that someone gets that opportunity to make a friend out of talking about all this stuff with. And we just gave our listeners a shit ton of stuff to
Hmm.
bring up
To
in
dissect.
conversations. Yeah, to
Hmm.
dissect and digest and all of that.
Yeah.
Get ready to lose, motherfucker.
Oh, I'm gonna lose. Yeah, I'll just say it's gonna be a really fun night, and I can't wait to watch the Academy Awards with
You
you.
you want to make the same cheese dips and chips? Get the same
Yeah,
chips
let's
and
do it.
get the same pizzas.
Let's do it. I'm so down.
I'm not a big non-alky guy, but I'll drink like lemonade.
I'm down, dude. Lemonade fucking slaps. I'll have some fucking lemonade.
Now you're still in my snacks. Wow.
You just had some. I wanted some lemonade.
Never mind. I don't want any lemonade. You will watch Train Dreams.
I'll drink lemonade while watching Train Dreams.
Sure, I will be excited for the day.
So that brings us to a few pieces of news this week. Not much, but a few. Zootopia 2 has become Disney's biggest animated movie of all time, and it has passed 1.7 billion so far. So just wanted to say that I didn't see that coming, but it did. It did. It's their highest animated movie of all time. I think almost in the top 10 all time of grossing in general.
Studios, pay attention to overseas box office, is all I'm going to say.
hmm And it's still playing, and Disney's smart. They're not going to put that on Disney Plus for a long time.
Hell
Get people to
no.
keep going back to theaters for it.
Yep, get that money, Disney.
Another piece of news is that Madeline Klein and Kristen Milioti will star alongside Glenn Powell in Judd Apatow's new film. It is described as a comedy, country western star whose career goes into a free fall. Again, Glenn Powell becoming a bigger star. Kristen Milioti, always loved her. She was the mother in
Mm-hmm.
I Met Your Mother. And
Mm-hmm.
Madeline Klein getting a lot bigger. Post
Yeah.
Outer Banks, she's
Yeah.
signing on to bigger roles. And Judd Apatow's a pretty big director. And I have my
Mm-hmm.
opinions about Judd Apatow films. I think they overstay their welcome by like 30 or 40 minutes. But yeah, it's good to see. It's a pretty solid cast. We'll see how it goes. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Madeline Klein is great. I mean, I have followed her career pretty heavily since like Stranger Things, and then I got really excited whenever she popped up and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
hmm
I think she's great. I think she's good. I think, I always get excited seeing kind of like the air quote, like Netflix kind of talent take off and
hmm
it's just exciting.
So that brings us to another piece of news, and that is the next CEO of Disney is expected to be revealed next month.
Oh,
Kind of big news for me in general. I mean, may work in that area
the Mouse
of
House is
company.
getting a new boss.
Yeah, we'll see. It's been Iger was supposed to be around for only a year or two, and I think it's been a little longer than that. But
Mm-hmm.
I think finally making the transition, I'm curious to see if they go internally or outside. I don't know. It's going to
Yeah.
be something that's very big for Disney and in their future, and they have to do it correctly. And they didn't do it correctly last time in their minds, so we'll see.
Do you think that they will go for a female CEO post this rollout of Kathleen Kennedy stepping down from Lucasfilms? Or do you think they're gonna go the opposite direction?
Would hope that they would even consider doing a female CEO. Like
Mm-hmm.
they should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think they will?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's kind of want to leave it at that.
I'll say what I think about like that whole rolling out of information, that news. They did that on the wrong fucking day this week. I mean,
hmm
there's so many hate channels out there that went after her, like the Witch and Wicked. It was heartbreaking to see like all those
Yeah.
channels that, talk about all these films that she's produced and shows that she's tried to put out there. I know in the past she said some really hurtful things about Jedi and men and the projects were for and stuff like that, but they did not protect her at all. She got
Thrown to the
full
wolves.
thrown to the wolves completely. And I don't know, I'm kind of gonna call them out. Those channels who know that they are how they make money and spreading hate and creating this energy of hate into franchises. You know what you're doing. You did not have to go all out like that. They
hmm
did like 3 hour hate pieces on Kathleen Kennedy.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine being hateful for 3 hours. I would imagine that creates wrinkles in your faces and takes time off your life.
hmm
That's all I'm going to say.
No. So it's a big decision for them, and yeah, the way Kathleen Kennedy was treated, and just very sad to see all that and how people just pile on.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to only be they pile on to female CEOs, not the male ones.
Yep. Yeah.
So that brings us to another piece of news this week, and that is Leah Sadu has joined Mikey Madison in Charlie Pollinger's The Mask of the Red Death, which is a reimagining of Edgar Allan Poe when it's coming from A24. I think we're both excited for this. Mikey, this is working hard again. She's working.
I'm excited. Yeah,
Leah
I'm
Seydoux,
excited
she's
for this
coming in.
one. I got a little bit of detail on that. You remember that Josh Hutcherson like bachelor party? The title for that is very interesting. That's all I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
say. Yeah, I got wind of what the title's gonna be.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to ask you off of air and see.
Yes, it is not an
See.
appropriate word.
Okay. But yeah, we'll see. We love Mikey Madison here, so she's coming. She's got some films coming. So the final thing we wanted to talk about is the Sundance Film Festival is currently going on as we record this right now. It takes place between January 22nd and February 1st. It's still in Park City. This is the last year. It's still there, and then they're
Last year in
moving to
Park
Boulder.
City. I don't
Then
know
they're
if you've
moving to
been
Boulder.
looking at Instagram a lot in the last
Mm-hmm.
couple of days, but that's why all the like Deadline and Hollywood Reporter and Variety are like kind of
Mm-hmm.
showcasing the last 10 years in Park City, Utah, kind of showing off all those good pictures of like Redford and like Cameron
Yeah.
Diaz and
Mm-hmm.
like all of these people in Park City, Utah, because next year, Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, Colorado. Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, it's great. I assume they're probably going to be doing a big Redford like tribute at the end for the
Probably.
final day. Yeah, it's sad that he's still not with us anymore, but it's great to see that Sundance Film Festival is still going strong.
Whenever it comes to Sundance Film Festival, this is obviously the exact type of festival that Pat and I want to attend in the future and go
Mhm.
cover. And we just thought it was going to be a good like practice like activity for us to like pick two films that you would want us to for sure go see before like the seats sold out or like we wait in line for like 5 hours to go check out and do like a video review afterwards. So mine are going to
Hmm.
be Greg Araki's I Want Your Sex. I have been seeing the reviews roll out. I kind of got more of an idea what this film's going to be. And what we more wanted to talk about is like that these films aren't being sold yet, but they are up for purchase right now. And a studio is going to come in and yoink them, and then they're going to take off, and then we'll get that release date. But with Greg Araki's I Want Your Sex, I think it's really, really fresh and shows that he still has the sauce whenever it
Hmm.
comes to his films because this is about Gen Z not being into sex.
Hmm.
And I think that's really funny. A lot of nudity is being taken out of TV and film, and I'm not being a pervert right now. I'm just kind of like stating the facts. A lot of TV and film isn't doing nudity anymore unless it's an HBO show. You know,
Hmm.
there's a lot of these nuances around sex now. Like sex is a spooky, scary word. Like and it just gets spookier and scarier the older that we get and then the younger that these guys, you know, interact with that sexual side of them. Also, I just really wanted to say, like, Araki is my favorite director because of like you know, all the LGBT elements and the way that the stories are told in like this whimsical fantasy like way. But also, he does point out that there are a lot of tropes, or there's a
Hmm.
lot of hangups in like society, like these days about like locker rooms,
Hmm.
being naked in locker rooms, communal showers, like
Yeah.
sex, kinks, turn-ons, like kind of like that thing that we were talking about with Pillion. Like, I love how much he shows the human condition. Like, guys, sex is fun and it's cool
Hmm.
and it's okay. It's okay to be sexy. My other one was Kathy Jan's The Gallerist, the same director's Birds of Prey, and they did an episode of Succession
Oh,
starring Natalie Portman, Jen Ortega, Sterling
hmm.
K. Brown, and Charlie XCX. What a year for her! What a year!
Yeah. Charlie XCX is.
She's in both of those films that I talked about.
Yeah, and she has a movie coming out next week, and she's in, I think, another. She might be in a couple more films that are at
Mm-hmm.
Sundance that are up for
Yeah.
purchase, and kind of wild. She's gonna have like six performances this year. Jesus Christ! I guess it is the year of Charlie XCX.
Mm-hmm.
Not the summer. It's the year now. It's the summer. It's not the summer anymore. I can't wait to watch. I Want Your Sex with you. I'll watch your favorite director. I can't wait to watch that with you. And
What did
obviously,
you think about what I said about all that stuff? Were you kind of like, hell yeah? That's
oh
why I like
yeah, I was like,
Iraqi.
hell
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why I
hell
like
yeah.
Iraqi. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to show you him. I think it's just me. That's my vibe. I don't really have hangups whenever it comes to like sexual content, and I don't carry shame whenever it comes to sex because that's like
Mm-hmm.
that's why I love Iraqi because he points that out. Like the only
Mm-hmm.
people holding us back from what we want in life are literally us. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. It's my most anticipated right now, actually.
I love it. And then obviously with the Gallerist and love me some Jenna Ortega. So
Jenna,
I'll watch that. Jenna.
I'm ready
Um,
for
but
you.
but the two that I chose were Patrick McKinley's The Wait, It is like a depression era thriller. I tried to find some more research
Ooh.
on it. Couldn't really find like a full synopsis. But it stars Ethan Hawke, and they did have a still of it. I don't
Yeah.
know why it reminded me of Train Dreams, just like the look of it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But
Okay. Now I'm
yeah.
done.
But I love me some Ethan Hawke, and I love me some depression era thrillers and crime dramas. So I think I don't really know what else. I think it will be picked up. I have a weird feeling this is something that Netflix kind of eyes. They're like, yeah, I want that.
Okay. Okay.
And then with Ethan Hawke
Yeah.
now getting Academy Award nomination,
Hmm.
studios are definitely going to really want this. I think all the four movies that were about that you two you mentioned, the two I'm going to mention will 100% be bought and I think released this year.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
the other film that I wanted to bring up was Olivia Wilde's The Invite. I think we talked about this before, but stacked cast starring Wilde, Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, Edward Norton, written by Will McCormick and Rashida Jones, and kind
Oh,
of like you
nice.
you you read that and you're like, it's kind of wild that a movie with that stacked cast and like a writer director like is only at Sundance and not a studio hasn't
Hmm.
already bought this. So I think it did maybe premiering late. I don't think it's premiered yet, but I'm sure again it's going to be picked up. A lot of sometimes these movies, you never know. One of these four that we chose could be Academy Award nominees next year
Hmm.
for what they're in. But yeah, I'm excited to see Olivia Wilde post "Don't Worry, Darling." To see, I think she is a solid director. I just think she just needs a good script in her hand.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited. Those are the two I'm looking forward. But I'm really looking forward to yours as well.
I want to do a prediction like thing where we predict what streaming platform will these films be on. For Greg Araki's I Want Your Sex, I think Prime will definitely pick that one up.
Prime.
Yeah,
Mm.
Prime for sure. Kathy Yance is a gallerist, A24. Solid.
Yeah, I'm gonna see
That
it
sounds
24.
just like up their alley. The Wait, Netflix, just like you said.
Hmm.
And then The Invite, I'm gonna say, I think that's a big studio purchase right there. I
Yeah.
think that's a big studio purchase. They're gonna want to put that into this
Hmm.
upcoming fall for sure.
I would say mine. It's not a streaming service, but for I Want Your Sex, I could see Neon wanting that. I could see Neon trying to pick that up.
I would hope. That's like a big hope, though. That's a big hope. A
The
big
Gallerist
hope.
seems. I hope we never know. You never know.
I
They're very
don't
good at buying
know.
things. The Gallerist, I do agree. That seems like a very A24 film. I'm gonna say A24. The Wait, I did say Netflix, and I'm also gonna say Netflix for The Invite. I think they're gonna push hard
Okay.
for that
Yeah.
because now they're about to quote unquote own a studio. So
This is fun. I love doing this. See, like that would be
so
a fun part to go into a festival too.
mhm.
When you go to a film
Saying he's
festival.
gonna we're gonna go to Sundance next year. Book it. You heard it here first. So that brings us to the film score recs of the week. Tony, what is your film score rec for our listeners?
My film score rec is something that I have not stopped listening to all week. I think I am becoming a Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross enthusiast, and that's
Hmm.
okay. The Social Network, I watched this earlier this week with you, and we
Hmm.
fucking loved it so much, and it ripped. It was exactly what I needed at that time. Really good film that I saw from a while back, and it hit a lot different in our 30s, and I thought that was
Hmm.
cool. Kind of took away some different things from it than I originally did. But yeah, no, The
Hmm.
Social Network by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, you could rip that at work, rip it at the gym. You could go to the grocery store, just put that one on and just think about life.
Just think about life.
What about
Score
you?
rips. Score is incredible, and that film's incredible. My
Mm-hmm.
choice is a song called Hector the Hero by Natalie McMaster and Donald Leahy. This is in the intro for Ken Burns' The American Revolution. Um,
Nice.
I've sent this track to you.
Mm-hmm.
Over the past like week and a half, I've just been nonstop listening to it. I don't know, it just brings this warmth and comfort to me, and I love it. Go listen to it, and I hope it brings you that warmth and comfort as well. I
I
love it so
love
much.
it. I love that you're showing your emotional side on the pod. That's
Oh yeah,
cool.
I'll get more emotional.
Yeah, watch Train Dreams.
God, I walked right into that one. So that brings us to our recommendations of the week. Tony, what is your recommendation to our listeners?
I'm trying to think about what streaming platform it's on right now, but you guys can look it up. You're all adults. Francis Lee's God's Own Country came out in 2017. You think you know how it's gonna go and what it's gonna focus on, and then it just like it throws you in for a loop. My other internet boyfriend Josh O'Connor is in this, and he is fantastic. I have multiple, okay? It's fine. Whatever. Don't tell them. Like, don't tell Jacob, and then don't go and tell Josh O'Connor that
I
they're
will.
both in
I
it.
will.
They're like communal internet boyfriends. So basically, this one is it is a love story, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I want whoever goes and checks out that film to let me know what they think and if they think differently about themselves and how they interact with their partner or the world around them afterwards. What about you?
Great rec, God's Own Country, Josh O'Connor. Great rec,
Hmm.
great rec. My rec is Spielberg. This is a documentary that came out in 2017 on HBO. And it's directed by Susan Lacey. And I'm actually wearing a Spielberg shirt right now.
Oh,
For those listening, I
nice.
am wearing a Spielberg shirt. Sometimes I just throw this on in the background. And again, I guess it kind of goes back to my film score rec. It just brings me like comfort. We got to watch this together like a few weeks ago. And
Mm-hmm.
it was great showing it to you. It meant a lot. And it just brings me that like, yeah, Spielberg's my favorite director. Always champion on the podcast, and showing that to you was a great night. I had so much fun that night.
I'll beef up your rec a little bit and not reference exactly what part of the documentary it happens in, but I think there was like 3 or 4 minute sequence where I was just smiling at the TV and you were like literally watching me watch the documentary and I was like you're not even watching it and you're like oh, dude I'm just looking at you how you're like experiencing it and I was like oh that shit ripped like there's a film in it that Spielberg talks about that is basically like my childhood during like a really 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 hard time and I'm pretty sure like it's just like you said it's comforting it was like it like
Hmm.
healed me inside a little bit I was blown away
Hmm.
did this win any awards or anything.
I don't think so. If anything, it probably would have just been an Emmy
Well, it should
nominee
have.
because it's an HBO documentary. So like they don't
Yeah.
really submit those for Academy Awards. They're considered TV.
Is there a
I don't.
physical?
Yeah. There isn't a physical, no. I wish there was, but HBO released a physical. So that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope all of you enjoyed listening to our Oscar recap. We were a little light on the new releases and trailers this week, but I think we'll be coming back strong next week. I think there's going to be a little bit more to talk about. Just wanted to thank you all for always listening, and we love you. We love having you come back every single week, and we do this for you. This is for the listeners, and do this with my best friend every single week, and it's something again I look forward to throughout the entire week, catching up on the news and getting to sit here and talk about it with you.
Yeah. My ultimate goal is giving a guy or girl out there that listens to us some good stuff to have a conversation over in line at a movie theater or just like in a text conversation and like helping someone get married one day or something like that
Mm-hmm.
over like the stuff that they listen to on the episode and stuff they bring up talking about
Mm-hmm.
film. Whenever I first was trying to make some friends that are into film, I listened to a bunch of streamers and podcasters and listened to what they had to say about movies and brought that to the conversation and it helped me find connection. So that's exactly why I do what I do and I love our listeners too and I want to keep giving them the good vibes and the happy vibes and while we talk about our favorite things and hey, go watch a fucking movie.
Hey, go watch a fucking movie. We'll see you next time.
This podcast is hosted and edited by Pat Brennan. That's me, with intro and closing music by Patrick Baxter.